everyone, welcome to Creative Crits. My name is Lauren and I do a lot of the editing and social media behind the scenes here on Creative Crits. But I'm also a psychic, and today we are interviewing Chaz because he's got some really cool stuff we want to share. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Excellent. My name is Chaz Kemp. I am an illustrator from Denver, Colorado. And I created an Oracle deck, which was a 3-year project. So 50 cards, it was kind of my own system, and super colorful, very diverse, and all of the art is mine.
And this can be used both as a gaming character creation guide and an Oracle deck for divination.
You can also use it if you're a writer. You can use it to give yourself writing prompts, especially like if you get stuck on a part of your story that you're trying to write. You pull a card at random and you can maybe have that character, use that as inspiration for where to go next with the plot, where to go with the character. And speaking of characters, you can also use it for role-playing game characters.
Yes.
There are 6 chapters which delve and dive really deep into your character background, character secrets. It's all system neutral. So you can use this with any kind of character for any gaming system that you're running, that you're in. Just if you want to give your character just a little bit more depth. There are 4 different courts, as I explained a little bit earlier: Court of Gears, Court of Love, Court of Fairy, and the Court of Dreams.
I love that. When I heard that this was both a combo Oracle card deck and like a character creation for like D&D or whatever game system that you're using, I was like, what? That's such a cool idea. So now we are going to get into how you can actually use this for playing in a game. So I'm going to let Chaz take the lead and show me how you would build a character.
Okay. Well, as I described earlier, the character creation guide, which you can get on Amazon, is divided up into 6 chapters. So there are chapters like, a secret magical pet you may have, or your character background, or character flaws, your personality, that sort of thing. And all of this is really just to kind of give more depth to your character. With this, all you need is, you need the book, you need the deck, and you need a 10-sided die. So what you would do is you maybe start at the beginning, but I'm going to just start at just a chapter. I'm going to start at personality traits. You pull a card at random. So let's say I pull over the enchantment card, for example. I go to the section of personality traits, and you roll a 10-sided die. So you find, I would find enchantment under the personality trait chapter, and I rolled a 2. So it says as a personality trait that people are captivated by you. So that could mean that when you talk to people, you're so charismatic that people are just drawn to every word you say. What they place great value on the things that you're talking about. And having an enchanting personality is pretty helpful, especially when someone's about to wage war on your kingdom and it's like, I will go and talk to them. And the enemy's
I'm gonna sort this out.
Maybe you have a good point. Maybe I won't attack your kingdom. In fact, would you like my kingdom? I'm not really doing anything with it. So that's an example of how you use the book with the deck and a 10-sided die, and just kind of come up with something really cool for your character that maybe you wouldn't have thought of on your own.
Alrighty, now we are going to basically do an example of it as if we were reading it as an Oracle deck. And so one of the things that you can do is you can actually get the guidebook, which I would highly recommend because then you can flip through it, see all the photos, and there are spreads in the back. But if you need to get it the free version, there is a card on here with a QR code. And then you can basically pull up the guidebook as a PDF on your phone. If you don't want to scroll through it though, I would definitely recommend getting the guidebook. I am going to do really quick the fairy spread here. And I'm just going to read myself really fast here and ask anything I need to know about past, present, and future. And then I'll get Chaz's take on it as well. Past, present, future. All right, and one of the things I talk about on my channel is just how you can read them intuitively. So I might not have these memorized. You obviously do, which we'll get your opinions here in a second. But you can just read these intuitively. Past. In the past, there's a lot of wonderment, trickery, and attraction. And I'm just going to pull another card to ask what this is about. That's something that I do. I knew this was going to happen. So I think what this is about, because I pulled the artificial card, this is about an area in my life where maybe I'm not being completely honest or real with myself is probably where I would say. And I think in the past it was because I was coming from a place of like, oh gosh, this seems like it would be amazing. I'm totally going to go for this. I'm maybe disillusioned a little bit by what's going on, especially with the present card being trickery. Maybe I feel like I was tricked out of something. Like really what this is about was an event that I went to. I really wanted to go to it and have a lot of fun, but I think I thought it was going to be something that it was not. So right now my energy is feeling like a little betrayed because it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. So I actually think the future card is that I need to really get more in touch with what I want to be doing, not doing it for like an artificial reason, but because I'm attracted to it. I really want to go do something versus jumping into something that I think is good and really turns out not to be. Would you like to give your opinions on this?
I can. Maybe it was because someone had presented something to you in this light, and then you find out after you read the fine print that, oh, it's actually this. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
However, the thing that attracted you to it in the first place, in my opinion, is still real.
Yes. I think it shows how easy it is to read intuitively, but then also like that meaning definitely came across. Your intentions definitely came across with just the artwork and, you know, the naming of the card. So I think that's definitely a pro for when you're reading cards. There's some cards out there that you're just like, what the heck does this mean? And maybe it doesn't stick, and you have to read the guidebook like 20 times and it still doesn't stick. So I think that's awesome. Where can everyone get their copy of the Ashelon Oracle and all the guidebooks?
Well, I would suggest you guys look at the link below. Because the Ashelon Oracle deck as well as the guidebook are both available on Etsy. And if you want the character guide, you can find that on Amazon. And the link as well is below.
Thank you so much for doing this with us, and thanks for watching Creative Crits, and we'll see you next time.